So, as you've seen by the title, now I'm not going to play it in full speed because Sky are pagans and they do the whole copyright thing. So, we're going to do this frame by frame, and it's better that way anyway. So, you see Liam Beefy Smith here. My Donny. Left hook. So what we're looking at, we're focusing on this hand right here. 100%. This hand here. Yeah, the left hook. So he throws it in. Watch the hand. Watch the glove. Watching the glove. Yeah, watching the glove. The glove comes in. Oops. Oops. Wait a minute. What's my man's glove doing up here? Now, think about when you throw a hook. So you're throwing a hook. How can your glove end up like that? Explain that to me. How can your glove end up above someone's barnet? And bear in mind as well, Chris Eubank's head didn't move. Chris Eubank's head didn't move. So he's throwing a hook, yeah. Left hook's coming in. Eubank's head's there. My man's hand end up in this angle. Now, in my build-up video, I actually credited Liam Smith. I didn't credit him with huge power. I credited him with, he knows how to turn shots over. And what I mean by turn shots over is, a lot of fighters like Tyson Fury and Tommy Fury, they slap. You'll see them slap, slap, slap. A good fighter like Canelo, you'll see him, and essentially you hook in, yeah, and you hook in, and you hooks like that. So, it's tight, yeah? So, the question is, why is my man's hand, essentially, he's slapping, his hand's coming in like that, and then in the end, he turns it over. But what is he turning over? He's turning over, essentially, his elbow. So again, he throws the left hook. The left hook comes in. His hand, his glove's nowhere to be found. His glove is absolutely nowhere to be found on Eubank's barnet. Yeah? Nowhere near Eubank's bonce. Eubank's bonce is here, and that's an elbow. And I believe that's what caused the big welt. Because what we know, it weren't his glove. That's what we do know. And it also makes sense because that welt, and I'll keep doing it so you man can see, that welt, yeah, that welt was very precise and specific, wasn't it? It was like a little button. Now think about it. A glove is a large surface area. A glove, that's why I said it was quite rare. It's quite rare, yeah, to see. Look, the shot comes in. His hand, his glove's nowhere to be. Fact of the matter is, his glove is nowhere to be found on Eubank's head. That's an elbow. Yeah? And again, credit to Smith. Smith knows how to punch. He knows when you throw a hook, you're turning, you want your knuckles on your opponent's head. You don't want. I mean, Tyson Fury's been known to use his wrist and everything else. This is an elbow. Simple as that. Glove is nowhere near. Even if you use, some people, they punch poorly, yeah, and you'll see them hit them with the palms. That's what I accuse a lot of women of doing. A lot of women boxers slap, 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 all that kind of stuff. But Liam Smith, for the most part, he turning that hook in. Yeah, you want your knuckles digging in. So the question is, a man who knows how to turn a knuckle in, what is his glove? His hands essentially. Imagine, look. So this is essentially how you're supposed to throw a hook, yeah? If you're throwing a hook, you're turning it over, yeah? Turn it over. Turn it over. So the question is, when this guy threw a hook, it's like that. Yeah? Who doing that? Why is your hand, literally his hand, his knuckles are about half a foot above Eubank's head? And that's not the worst thing here. The worst thing is what I'm going to show you now. So the hook comes in. His hand's nowhere near his head. This is the dangerous part. This is where I believe he turns over the elbow. And Mike Tyson was great at this. Mike Tyson was great at kind of, sometimes you'd see him come round with a hook here and almost turn it round. Super short. You can almost, you know what I'm saying? Almost turn it into an elbow. So watch this now. So he's put his hand in. Watch how he turns it over now. Watch this. Watch these next two frames. Yeah? Boom. You see that? Then he turns it over. He's not turning over his hand. He's not turning over his knuckles. He's turning over his elbow. Yeah? Look, boom. Elbow right on the side of his whatever it was. And I believe, potentially, that is what caused the big bubble. Because it makes sense. A glove, it was so refined. That pimple, it was more like a pimple, wasn't it? It wasn't a big pork pie. It was a pimple. Now, think about it. What creates pimples? I'll tell you what I think creates a pimple. That part, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. When if you can hit someone, yeah, with this part of your elbow, that is what we'll call as a pimple. Now, if you use a glove or a fist is spreaded pressure, so it's much more kind of, you look bludgeoned. Your swellings aren't pimples. Your swellings are large and wide. A pimple makes more sense to me of being something that's pointy. Yeah, let's play these frames back a few more times. Boom, and then he turns it over. To be fair, MMA fighters would be proud of this technique. Yeah, slap the hand in and then whip over the elbow. Yeah, and you can see it connecting, because at this point you can see Eubank's head's going down. Yeah, so Eubank's head is being pushed down by what? That's the question. Why is Eubank's head being forced down? We know for a fact it's not Liam Smith's glove that's forcing his head down. So what is it? Yeah? What is forcing Eubank's head down? And we know there's contact. You can see there's contact there. Eubank's head's up. He then starts feeling pressure from some part of Liam Smith. The elbow. And look at this. Look, he turns it right over. Look at these frames here. These next few frames, you're going to see Smith's elbow. He really does. I can't do it here. I haven't got enough room. But he really does whip it right round. He whips it right over. Yeah, watch. Whip. Right there. Right on the side of his ting. Turned it right over. Turn that elbow right onto him. Now, I'm not saying it's on purpose. What I am saying is it happened. Does it matter? I actually spoke to one of my bros. Go and check his channel out, Boxing Beats and Rhymes. He's the one who put me onto this, to be fair, so salute to him. But go and check the video out. I was on the live stream with him as well and a few other brothers. So